Great job. Great band. So now, one of the funner parts of the Rock and Roll Glamour show, we have the variety segment. And I'd like to introduce to you Robert Loye's Dark Lyrics.
Yeah, thank you. This is from a book that I've just completed entitled Blessed by a Full Moon. This first piece is entitled The Last Dance of the Death Disciple. Risen from the dead, hands crawling from the earth, body screaming with hunger, body covered in dirt. Cast forth into the night, bitten by a dead man, given eternal life. Shadow of a sinner beneath a pale moonlight. Left to wander, bloodthirsty orphan of the city with no reflection to show. Sleep beneath a dumpster, covered in trash, a teenage killer on his own. Pitch black with terror, bloodthirsty to the bone, black wings of a bat. Flying off a rooftop, landing on a cat. First night is the undead, so you do what you must do. See a creature in an alleyway sucking Felix Blue. Now the years have come and gone, still a young man stays the same. A mortal in his plight, a kill-crazy nightmare come to life. A dark dealer of death, with a real bad habit for blood. And a story of God's children laughing at the Lord above. A creature of midnight, hiding from the light, with a look as pale as a corpse rising each and every night. Looking like a fallen rock star. The rock star, dressed in chains of silver and leather black. Eyes of a demon, hair down his back. Riding off in the kingdom of the night, bringing home another missing person on the back of his black motorbike. His castle sits high above the ruins of the old Hollywood Hills, blood orgies in every room. His children come from the depths of hell, many howl at the moon. As disciples of ghost-like runaways stand offering themselves chained to his gate, cutting open their wrists, bleeding with silver goblets, the shadow of death upon their face. Dying to be taken to his dungeon, taken all the way. Fallen ladies of the evening, sleeping in the shallow grave. With bodies buried deep in hunger, resting eternal with no stone. A blood maiden for the master, bloodthirsty for the bone. Screaming, all hail the mad Messiah, and death there is life. All hail the mad Messiah, let thy black bat take flight. This one's called Vampire, or Daughter of Darkness. O bloodthirsty sister, dark child of the night, like those bitten by sin and death there is life. Driven by hunger, body rising from the earth, shadow of moonlight covered in dirt. At last I have found you, now it's just you and me. With mad laughter and insane glee, I'll strike you down in my killing spree. Disturbing your resting place, down dark cellar I will creep, beheading your chosen leader, leaving his body fall in the street. As I declare war on your army of darkness, laying them down to an endless sleep. Taking a stand on holy ground, keeping your living dead buried 6 feet deep. Hug me if you will, come try and take my life, offer my soul to your master. On the eve of my father's death I shall slay that evil bastard. Cutting him down by way of holy cross and silver bow, with the help of God I will make it so. Set it to flame, your coffin I will burn, your secret of life and your death I shall learn. Destroying your lost children hidden by night, dragging them kicking and screaming back into the night. Light. All this and more I will do to you, so come to me now, fallen angel, let's begin. I'll slay you when you're sleeping, sweet sister of sin. I wrote this one because I couldn't get the name Dr. Wu out of my head, so I wrote greetings from Dr. Wu. Japanese Yaka-san, a Mandarin-made man, bringing sudden death from a far-off foreign land. Born to be bad, the land of the rising sun, a master of weaponry, a high-priced hired gun. If you need my service, all you have to do is say, 1,000 ways to die in the age-old Asian way. Flown in from the Far East, as swift as a shadow, real oriental treat. Hungry for a kill, don't need any pill. Wired up on the thrill, no time to chill, I got a contract to fill. Touchdown Los Angeles, take me to my room. Cheap hotel overcast, late afternoon. Alone in the dark after midnight, flashy red neon on the wall. Waiting for the go-ahead, a late-night telephone call. Listen to a voice as it whispers telling me what to do. Take care of a little business for my old friend Dr. Wu. Got a job to do, no time to waste. Got my tools in my briefcase, the hour's growing late. Box full of hollow points, silver stub notes 38. Count the money in the envelope, see a Polaroid picture of a twin. Orders from my employer, kill another just like him. Told by Dr. Wu this thing that I must do, making the last of his kind, leaving no other. In the year of the dragon, 2 children were born to the same mother. Ordered to commit a cardinal sin, I must kill the old man's brother. For 100 grand, paid the going rate, hanging on a golden chain, given a key to his brother's place. Took him out with a silent pistol shot, 1 bullet to the face. Left the body laying dead, brought his diamond ring back to Wu. Shit, just for the hell of it, I even brought the finger too. just to prove whose brother was deader than a bowl of fish head stew. Leave behind a blood-red message sent by someone that he thought he knew. Sayonara near the dragon, greetings from Dr. Wu. Welcome. The final thought of Jeffrey Blue. Spent his nights alone in his room, living out his fantasy in a make-believe world of mad chaos and video violence. A young boy plots his revenge against a childhood filled with hate and late-night visits, hard promises made in pain. A make-believe world of blood-red warriors armed with lasers and steel sabers, always on the march, showing no mercy, cutting down monsters wearing the face of his father. Setting fire to his castle, leaving his headless body to rot as the boy, alone in his anger and pain, leaves the heads of stuffed animals sitting atop the bedpost in his room, as a warning keeping the boogeyman at bay. As he lays in wait, watching the boy from the darkness of the closet, hiding amidst hanging suits of dead armor wrapped in the webs of moth-eating spiders. As the visions of a blood-spattered video game take hold of an already warped imagination, leading to the lust-filled fever of the internet as it spreads wide, taking him in, sitting before a website of torture and pain, holding himself like the handle of his father's gun, waiting for the night, bright image to get him off, feeling the cold sweat of insanity as it rises in his head, hearing the same thought over and over in his mind, getting ready to play the end game. Now it's only a matter of time. This one's titled Blue. My father shot my dog yesterday. He killed old Blue while I was gone so far away. When I asked my father where my dog was, he tried to play like old Blue had up and ran away, but I knew better than fuck you was all I'd say. Staying up and crying all night, the next morning my father drove me down to the dog pound, telling me not to worry, that another like Blue was sure to be found, but all we found were a lot of sick animals, a lot of dog shit on the ground. That's when my father, Blue's killer, finally broke down, telling me Blue's spirit had sailed away up to doggy heaven. What he didn't say was that Blue's dead dog body was covered up in trash and crawling with worms in a cardboard box behind the 7-Eleven. Now a boy and his dog, a dog and his boy, stand alone cast in moonshadow in the darkness of his bedroom late at night, waiting for their moment to strike, as the boy, listening to the wind, feels a paw on his shoulder and a cold, wet lick on his chin. Knowing by the shadow next to him that a boy's best friend had returned to him again, chasing after night birds, howling crazy at the moon. Standing covered in furs, the boy stands naked in his room, whispering to the boy, saying his father's fast asleep, of sick promises to keep, of what his daddy did, the night he made Blue cry, smiling as he nibbles his ear, whispering it's daddy's time to die. Now Blue's taking the boy, his hand in his paw. Together they walk softly down the hallway, just a boy and his dog. Standing together, open his father's bedroom door, as man's best friend hands the boy a butcher's knife, holding his father on the floor. And this last piece entitled Smile. Standing with a Polaroid picture of a little girl in his hand as he steps off the edge of the rooftop, the grief-stricken father took one last look at the smiling face of his dead daughter, falling off into space. Feeling his body descending down to earth, hearing a woman scream as it rises up there from the sidewalk below, he remembers the day that he took the picture, a day of sunshine, a day of...
I'd like to thank Nick Frost and Robert Loye, and I would like to also let you know about our fashion segment for this evening, sponsored by Epoch Clothing Company. Our other musical